Morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow Biafrans, wonderful people. I greet you. My name is Betty, and I am here again to talk about Biafra. Biafra is our religion, and we cannot stop talking about Biafra until everything is finally concluded. Today, I'm talking to you people about our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa's speech on the first day of this January. I say Happy New Year to all of you once more. But before I continue, let me say a little prayer. Almighty God, Father Lord, I thank you for today. I glorify your name. I pray for the release of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I pray for his well-being. I pray, God, that you will keep him safe for us and for himself. Protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is doing everything possible to see that Biafra comes. Father, I also pray for all Biafrans all over the world. Amen. My people, it is very clear that Biafra is here. Everybody now talks about Biafra, both those who have been opposing and those who are in support. I invite you from wherever you are to join me so that we will analyze together critically the speech of our Prime Minister on the 1st of this month. He mentioned the other dimension that we are going to adopt, which is very legal and which will clearly make the world understand that we are independent already, called the Independent State of Biafra. So my people, I will play the voice of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, to remind us of little points that we are going to touch and which will remind us that Biafra is already here after so many years of hard work, after a very long battle with those who do not understand that there are other ways of dealing with issues other than killing innocent people. Let me play his voice now.
All over the world, welcome you to this day, stage of the Union Address, the Union Speech to Biafrans all over the world. To all the citizens of the United States of Biafra, as we welcome the new year, let us reflect on the journey we are undertaking together. Despite physical distances, our collective search and the pursuit of justice, freedom, and self-determination of Biafra. In 2019, in September 2019, told the world that Biafra has come. And everybody, including myself, we are all happy about the pronouncement of our leader, Ofthe, in 2019. And I would like to take us back to this particular program
My people, I have to remind you when our Prime Minister used the word the illiterate Nigerianists who call themselves IPOB as well. And when he said that the educated ones have come, what it means here is that when our leader is talking about casting up, they will be talking about casting down because they are compromised and because your enemy cannot stop at anything but put division amongst you or within us. So that when people are saying we are getting Biafra, those ones that are compromised who have been paid huge sums of naira will be there telling you that this is not how to do it. There are other ways of, so many ways of killing a rat. And we are getting to that point where I will further explain to you what he meant by all this. You don't have to really get your freedom by fighting and killing anybody or sending people to their early graves because of something that could have been settled amicably or something you know that other countries achieved through a very peaceful settlement.
especially regulatory resettlement, such as in Lithuania.
Yes, my people, I looked into this Lithuania pact that our Prime Minister mentioned here. And he says that the Act of March 11 was an independence declaration by Lithuania, adopted on March, signed by all members of the Supreme Council of the Republic of Lithuania, led by Sajudis. These are people that were working together during the time to free themselves from USSR, which is today called Russia. This is how they liberated themselves from Russia invasion during the time. And it is a very peaceful way recognized by international community for a state to declare their independence. Good morning, my brother, you are welcome. I'm just analyzing the new dimensional way of gaining our independence without any fight. So my people, this restoration or declaration for the restoration of a Republic of Biafra is legal and genuine. Other people adopted it and it worked for them. And that was the declaration that our Prime Minister made on the 1st of this month. I'm just critically analyzing it using other countries like Lithuania that did their own in the March of the year that this declaration was made. So my people, I'll continue to play the voice of our Prime Minister.
Of 1990.
Yeah, 1990. So my people, this multi-dimensional way of getting Biafra includes using this method that Lithuania and other countries used, which does not involve any fight. It does not involve any war. And the international community will still recognize you as an independent state from the country that you want to get yourself out from. In our own case, we are trying to leave, we want to leave Nigeria, and we are at the verge of declaring ourselves a nation. So the process is what the Prime Minister is touching on. And we are just polishing it up by letting you know that there is nothing wrong with it. It's a different dimension from fighting. We have fought the war already in 1967 to 1970 and lost a lot of people. We are still fighting the underground war, the one that you all know what the military are doing in our land. And these are one of the international ways of dealing with this very issue, because Nigeria, that's why our Prime Minister said the illiterate ones, most people ruling Nigeria, they are not educated at all. They have no cognizance to international or national law at all. They don't reflect on those. So our Prime Minister is following this dimension and is going to work for us, definitely, because it worked for Lithuania. So I continue with his voice.
any other liberation of Biafra that is not necessary. I want to make it very clear again. We have adopted officially the declaration of the restoration of
So what our Prime Minister meant here is that nobody should give it a different meaning. I beg your pardon. Nobody should give it a different meaning. It just meant exactly what he said. Don't twist it. This is a declaration for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra has been restored legally, internationally, and nationally. It is nothing else but what he said. That's why he said, do not mistake what he has said to be something else. Let me replay it. Yeah, you have heard it. Declaration for the restoration. So Biafra has been restored, officially declared by our Prime Minister on the 1st of January 2024. The restoration of Biafra and nothing else, which means Biafra has been restored and the international community will be recognizing Biafra with this. We are now recognized as being restored nationally and internationally. Do not give it a different meaning. You know, interpretation comes in different forms, but in this one, follow it exactly the way he said it. That's what he meant.
Such as the 1976 declaration of the declaration of the declaration of 1976, commits the United States to the liberation of its people as well as support.
Yes, I had a very quick look at that word. It says proclamation of the first government of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. It was declared on the 27th of February 1976 for right to life and right to freedom. That's exactly these two states that our Prime Minister have used their method of declaration of their independence to declare Biafra as restored, and they were recognized internationally. Our Prime Minister is following this diverse method of restoring Biafra, which in the past, most leaders or most freedom fighters did not use. But when you are educated, as he said, you are not an illiterate, like those who knows what the law says, but they cannot comply with it, they cannot adopt it. For instance, when our Onyendu was our leader, Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he was declared free by Court of Appeal, High Court, sorry, in Nigeria, they failed to understand what that word means, that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction in the case of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They kept on holding him because they lack knowledge, they lack understanding, they are not educated, they don't follow things the way they should be followed. So that's why our Prime Minister is laying this emphasis. And after going through it and listening to him, I said to myself, try and explain to our people a little further. After this, I will also explain to our people in my dialect so that those who do not understand will now understand. We are a sovereign state now, but we still need the international community to follow this very step to recognize us, and we are good to go. I continue with his speech.
Of January 2024 has also adopted this migration practices. And we must support every other migration movement around the world. In accordance with the international law and accepted standard of freedom fighting. We believe that the government strategic techniques offers enough understanding of how democracy get international recognition in 2024. The Biafra government strategy moves beyond assumption that we are only seeking to legitimize the terrorists, secure their land.
You know, because of this sort of situation, those who were working with Onyendu before they wickedly sold it, they never had patience. They may be educated, but their education never carried them down to this side of application. It never took them to research about this method of freedom fighting. Because the Englishman that says that there are many ways of killing a rat. When you have a rat, like Nigeria's situation, it is our rat. So you have many ways of killing it. It's either you go to guerrilla war or conventional war, or you took to this method because it works. It is recognizable, very recognized by international community. Other countries adopted it and it worked for them. And we have the sole right to adopt it and it will work for us. So most of the people that were working with Onyendu, they never envisaged adopting this method of freedom fighting. They were all out for grab, money. Selling Onyendu was the biggest mistake they made because our Prime Minister, he is something else. 1 in a million. Him and his cabinet members, they went into the voyage of discovery to make researches and find out all these other ways, other dimension of fighting for our freedom. And Biafra is here already. It is restored internationally and nationally. Remember, Biafra government in exile is not in Africa, is in diaspora. So the international community, they have already noted our existence. So this is the steps leading to our freedom. Well, my people, our Prime Minister made a speech, and he showed us this picture, this video. Let me play the video for us to hear, and I will tell you about this video. You see?
When you listen to them now, do you know how many children they stick in knots? They carry them, go to people and send them out. Converting them to Christian. Children, we talk of children, 1 to 5 years. And supporting about people, what they're doing the right thing. So when people pursue outside, people say you don't want to see any outside man there. You see this year where I read there, 2024, is very terrible for all Igbo people in Hausa. That's why I put this sticker. Very soon, we are going to start from Kano. All the Igbo people from Kano, we will evacuate all of them back to their nonsense Biafra man. Even if.
So, my people, it is very unfortunate that when you live with people who don't appreciate you, you will not realize that you are not wanted. The Igbos are big time developers. We are very, very, how can I put it? We are entrepreneurs. We like doing business. We like studying. We do all these things, not just liking it. We do them in practice. We like to develop anywhere we go to so that we will live in a very good environment. But little did we know that the people we are working with is not with us. You know, they said that wash a pig and scrub a pig. A pig is always a pig. When you are a very clean person and you live with a very dirty person, you can never be satisfied. You can never achieve your aim because you will just wash that pig and watch it go back into the slum. They are not happy that we come to their land to develop their land, to build and do all this, but it is their design. It is their design. So our Prime Minister, after giving his New Year's speech, he left this video for our people to hear, so that those who are in the north should come down and return home. Good morning, Blessing. How are you? Happy New Year. You know, Ojukwu have warned our people in the past to come home and develop. But on the other hand, I really don't blame our people, because this government that want to cripple the effort of the Biafrans, and particularly the Igbos in Biafra, they want to cripple our effort. We used to have our companies and factories, but they shut everything down. All the embassies in the southeast, they shut it down. What they did was the Fulanis in the north, they kept some in the north, kept some in the west, Yoruba land, Lagos to be precise. So before the person in the southeast could do anything, you must have recourse to those establishments deposited in Lagos and in the north. So it is their plan. And they will turn around to tell you to go back to your state where they have crippled everything we have. You are going back to nothing. going back to nothing. But I can assure you that with Biafra declaration of the restoration made by our Prime Minister, once the international community declares us a sovereign nation and we have our own home, they will come begging. They will be crawling on their knees because we, the Biafrans, and in particular the Igbos, we are very innovative. We are not crying for anything we have lost to them, because in 1967, we did lose a lot. We lost so much to them, and we are still standing. We started with 20 pounds, so let us not forget. But going to the states of these very ungrateful human beings to develop their state, to open their blind eyes, and for them to start telling you that we should go back to our state. Of course, we have a place. Ojukwu clamored on this, telling our people to come home and develop our place. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did the same thing. And our Prime Minister is saying the same thing. Our people in the north and in the west, they should start coming home. We have enough land to contain us. Even the people from Saudi Arabia, Dubai, it was a desert, but they converted it to World Tourist Center today. So these businessmen we have in the Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, and all that should start coming home. Your life is not worth losing in the north. And those who are in Lagos should start coming down. We have so many spaces, so many bushes that have not been developed. I don't know why our people will like to lose their lives to people who are not worth it. So I will continue to play the voice of this foolish person because he is foolish.
Not is for Northerners, Arewa is for Arewas. We don't need any young people. We don't need them again. We don't need young people back. If you have a house in Kano State, if you have any business, start the plan how you move there.
You see this Aboki calling us Nyamiri gate man. This is the kind of people we are dealing with. These are the kind of people we are dealing with. We cannot condescend to the level of these sort of human beings. We have to come back home. Good morning. Thank you for joining and thank you for watching. We are talking about the declaration of the restoration of Biafra, which was pronounced by our Prime Minister. A lot has been said. You have to go and watch the video from the beginning. I appreciate you. Happy New Year.
Yes, you are learning. Arewa is our father. Arewa belong to Arewa people. You are just open minded because of your because of the people. Thank you, Abba.
You see, he is calling business, VI. You know, these are the kind of people we are dealing with. My people, you should maintain your standard, maintain your dignity by returning home. These are not human beings. They are very warlike. We don't need people like this in Biafra land. We are too polished to be associated with this kind of human beings. Ojukwu have said it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said it. Our current Prime Minister is hammering on it, stressing on the importance of you coming home alive. Don't allow these demonic human beings to send you to your early grave. Return home.
Who sent you to come to Yoruba land, start doing business? Or who's asked you to come out and start doing business? Yoruba one is small. Don't worry, next year you see the way the whole youth of Iowa, you see the way we will finish all the people. I'm telling you.
You see?
January 9 will give them all the people.
They are always talking about finishing. The world is moving very fast, technologically and otherwise. They are talking about finishing people. That's what they are good for. We don't have to associate with this kind of human beings because they don't know what life is all about. They don't appreciate good things. Our people are very hardworking. Our people are very, very hardworking people, very polished, very educated. So, my people, we have to endeavor to leave these people alone and come back home.
About going to their land. Leave our land. It's not your fatherland. Not his home, not land. Iowa is for Iowa. We don't need any Biafra person in our land again. We should go back to our land.
So, my people, I have played this voice and you have heard it. Ndị Igbo ndị be anyị ekenekwa m unu. Ife izizi m kwuru ebe a bụ na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu egosili ebe a ebe ọ na-ekwu that Biafra has come, Biafra has come. So our Prime Minister wee zikia wee si na ọnya mere anyị nwa ga-eji wee so inweta Biafra n'ụzọ dị iche abụrụ ịnụ ọgụ etu esi nụọ ọgụ na 1967 wee luo na 1970 egbusisie ndị be anyị na anyị ga-esie n'usoro dị iche n'usoro ndị bekee usoro ndị Lithuania soro na 1990 na nke ndị ọzọ soro na 1976 and ndị ụwa niile ndị mba ụwa wee kwenye na fa enwelugo onwe fa maka na ife anyị na-azọ bụ nnwere onwe anyị. Ndị be anyị na mbido ọnwa Jenụwarị a ka Prime Minister anyị ji wee bịa declare sị na enwego restoration, ya na Biafra akwụlugo nke onwe. Onwerozi onye na-atụnyere anyị na ndị Naijiria, anyị abụrụzi Naijiria. Ndị mba ụwa anụgie wee nụ na-etu a ka anyị chọrọ isi wee nweta inwere onwe anyị. Onwere etu ọzọ. Ndị Lithuania meria, ndị kọntrị ọzọ mekwa anya na Arab. O wee kwụsie anya bụ okwu wee sị na onye ọbụla ga-adị njikere maka itinye aka n'akwụkwọ denye afa gị mbọsị arọ amụrụ gị na onye be ịbụ ife niile maka inweta ife dịka identity card na inweta paspọtụ. Biafra bịago. Ya ndị be anyị Chinchi gwara ụmụ ya sịfa na ife dị ọkụ ga-ajụ oyi. Biafra ga-adị onye ọbụla ka egwuregwu ọ bụla eziokwu. O kwusiri ya wee gosi ebe onye ndu anyị Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwuru okwu wee sị ndị be anyị nọ n'ofesi be ndị ofe mmanụ na ndị ugwu fanata ya ka m ji wee gosi nke ikpeazụ a ngosi. Obi si onye ọbụla ike na Biafra abịago. Ịmago, ama m na ụfọdụ ga na-echesi na a ga-anụ ọgụ, na a ga-egbu mmadụ, a ga-eme nke a. Ọ bụrụ ka a ga-esi mie. Ka a ga-esi mie bụ na ndị Lithuania melia, ndị ụwa recognize afa. Ife a na-akpọ recognition bụ mmadụ ịmalụ gị na ife ị na-eme kịta na ife Igbo. Ife anyị na-eme bụ inwere onwe anyị, and anyị enwelugo onwe anyị. Ya maka ndị be anyị nọ n'ụlọ, onye nwere ike ịghọta ife ụfọdụ n'oyibo, ọ ghọtakwa ya n'onu be anyị. O declare go onye bụ nwere onwe anyị na 1st of this January, and ọ sị onye agbagọkwana ya, agbagọna ya, ọkwụ ọtọ, anyị enwelugo onwe anyị. O ife ụfọdụ ziri itinye in place, iwekọnọta afọ anyị niile na mba ụwa niile, ya both home and abroad. Ewekọnatasị afọ anyị, anyị ewelie mara one anyị dị, welie nweta akwụkwọ eji efe n'elu. Ndị mba ụwa amalụ na anyị bụ a nation nọdụrụ onwe anyị. Ife nation bụ ndị na-eme ofu omume, ndị nwelu the same tradition, ndị nwelu the same culture. Because na Southeast niile anyị na-anụ nwaanyị anụ, na-akwụ ụgwọ isi nwaanyị, good morning, you're welcome. Anyị na-akwụ ụgwọ isi nwaanyị, na-eme everything. Anyị nwere the same tradition, di na nwunye na-ese okwu, ụmụnna edozie ya, and anyị bi onwe anyị nso. Ọnya ka anyị ji wee bụrụ a nation. Ya ndị be anyị, obi bụrụ na aṅụli na Biafra abịagokwa. Ọ bụrụ ụfọdụ ga na-eche kedu mgbe a na-anụ ọgụ, kedu ka a ga-esi nụọ ọgụ, ama nụli ọgụ. Enwere ụzọ ọzọ esi emie, and ya ka prime minister anyị na ndị kabinet ya nọrọ anyị wee kpaa anya bụ nkata, wee chọọ isoro ụzọ afọ ka e wee nweta Biafra. Onye ọbụla na-elotekwa onye ndu anyị. Onye ndu anyị bụ ọnwa na-etili ọra. Kịta o nwee nwaanyị onye ugwu ka m chọọ ma m ga-afụ ya. Nwaanyị onye ugwu anụnwa si na fa afụgo ụzọ, na fa nọrọzi n'aka ndị Fulani, na Usman Danfodio welu ife na wetalụfa na befa, and na kịta na fa amalụgo ife na-aga, na fa na-ekwesị ka ndị Fulani intimidate efa again. So ya bụ nwanyị ife ya bụ nwanyị na-ekwu wee na-egosi na kịta na fa afụgo ụzọ ifugie, and since onye ndu anyị ji wee kwube ife a ka anya ji wee meghe onye ọbụla. So my people, we are out of Nigeria already. Biafra Adiko restored, and it has been declared by our Prime Minister on the 1st of this month. And also, onye twist kwania, yeah, don't think anything that is not in accordance with what he has declared and what he has said. So my people, we are out of their net. We are on our way to our home. Maunu mata na ika need kwalo finishing touches. Ife ndị bekee na-akpọ finishing touches. Ịrụsịa ụlọ, ịbịa tinye bie window, tinye door, plaster anya, saa anya mmiri, paint niile dị ya, everywhere need paint, paint enya. Ọ bụ onye abụ n'ime go the finishing touches. Mmadụ akwabazie n'ime. or stage I Nokita with this finishing touch. Biafra is here, and I am happy with all of you. My people, you are lion and lionesses. You have fought very hard. I'm proud of you people. If there is any other thing, any other information that I hear of or that I come across, I will always bring it and we will discuss it. I will leave you people here now, and I thank those of you that have joined me this morning. Thank you so much, and God bless all of you. Biafra is here. Don't forget to support financially. We still need it. We still need it. Even this data collection is going to cost a lot of money. Data collection. Our Biafran Liberation Army, our Biafran Liberation Fighters, and the Navy and the Air Force, they are still there. Our prayers continues over our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no Biafra without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there is no Nnamdi Kanu without Biafra. I love you all, and I'm going to leave you now. All hail Biafra. Peace, unity, progress, and equity. Bye-bye, my people, and God bless you all. Happy New Year once more.